after I joined that, people go out really, but I mean, they had what they call the rear guard or something. I guess the Germans are leaving. I remember Hale Stewart telling us like, oh, we hadn't been in action. I think he says, right to begin with, he says, if we moving ahead and they'd stop, and he says, now and again, well, we were marching, just in single file or whatever it is, but he says, when we stop or something, he says, don't stand up, get together in a bunch, he says, you want one artillery shell or something, or even a machine gun, they mow down a lot of you. So that was a good lesson, good advice to hear right off this to begin with.
Yeah.
Because you never know, they'd be set up waiting for
Yeah, an ambush.
ambushing, or not ambushing, but I mean, if they had any kind of a rear guard action, they'd always, well, that was like the Hitler line and all these, like up in the north end of Italy, before it got into Po Valley, they had set it up with, called the Gustav line. No, not the Gustav line, the Gothic line. And everything's, they had time to, after the Hitler line, you have to go right to the north of Italy before you get into the Po Valley. And there's a range of mountains there before you get into the Po Valley. And
You walked all that?
yeah, we pretty well walked it.
Wow.
But no, between there and, I guess from the southern part of Italy, or south of Rome there somewhere, Pontecorvo, I think it was a place called Pontecorvo that we spent some time like in more training and all that, I guess.
Right.
Before they sent us north again, and then I guess we rode up past Rome somewhere, and
You rode on
yeah, well,
on the road, okay, on trucks, yeah.
and then we marched for I don't know how many miles, but I can't remember just where we went back to what they call into action. And we got sent up to when this Po Valley thing started. Well, I guess the Germans knew the Allies were going to come up through there, so and they sent us, the Canadians, up to Florence. We had an area up to Florence. Sort of like a decoy to make the Germans think we were. The Canadians were going to go into action there. So we were on a hill. We would get to Florence. We were up quite high up, and there's I don't know what the river is now that goes through Florence there, and you could see the whole city behind, front of us. And next thing you know, we got shelled. We were just marching to get to Florence. So as the shelling starts, so we all spread out and get out. So we were marching in single file, and
Right.
the shelling started. Well, we just took off and spread out so we wouldn't.
Yeah, get hit, all of you, by a shell.
Yeah. So anyway, myself and two other guys. I guess we were so tired, we went to lay down, to sit down and get a shelter, to wait for the shelling to stop, and then I went to sleep, and a couple other guys too have woke up, and gosh, the regiment or the platoon's gone. They've moved on.
Really?
They didn't find it. Well, we had spread out somewhere and got in this kind of this, I don't know what it was, set under a bush or something. And I got out of there, and I thought, well, what the heck are we going to do with these? Other two guys says, oh, no, I'm going to go back there. And I said, no, what are you going to do here? We can't wander around here in Italy, and
Yeah.
you got nothing. Who would look after? How would you look after yourself?
Right.
I guess you could. There was a lot of guys did do this. What do they call it?
Kind of absent without leave, or
Yeah, that's more would be what they just take off and make connections somewhere or another. I don't know what the term was they called it when you just it disappeared. You didn't want to get.
go walkabout. The Australians would say, yeah.
And anyway, I thought, no, I'm gonna go down. Well, go down to made our way down the valley into the valley where the first night we got to a farmhouse there. People that lived there, and they had we got a bedded down in their barn or somewhere. I can't remember whether a shed was something or another. Next day, I got up and we walked around, and I met the our water wagon. The people that they always had a wagon that brought around
Supplied
with a big trailer on it with just for drinking water for
right, for the troops, yeah.
troops. And so I stopped the guy, the driver, and he said, I asked him where our regiment is at. He said, oh yeah, they're over there or wherever it was. And so we made our way over there and took us back in.
What did they say when you told them?
Oh, I can't remember what. I asked about what happened and all that. As well, they just went to sleep, and when we woke up, the company was gone.
Right. Yeah, you must have been exhausted.
Oh yeah, we were beat. I remember another time we were on our way up there, or was it afterwards? Maybe it was later on in the Po Valley. We took shelter, and we were in a stop when we were on our way up, and we got into this. I think it was a farmhouse. Yeah, it was fairly well solid. It was brick or block
Stone,
or whatever.
probably, yeah.
Gosh, I had gone to sleep, and gee, I went and woke up, and gee, these guys, the rest of the guys says, gosh, I asked someone to tell me about this. The house had been shelled. It had been hit by several artillery shells, and
You slept through
I
it.
said, I hadn't heard a thing.
My gosh.
They showed me, oh yeah, it hit right there, you see. So it didn't blow a hole in the wall, but it had hit the wall. So
Yeah.
whatever
Right.
maybe it wasn't may not have been 88s, but usually that was their main artillery weapon.
Right. But then you did get into actual action after that.
Oh yeah. Well, after that before we got to the line, we had into the Gothic line, as they call it.
Mm-hmm. How long were you there altogether then in Italy there after that?
In Italy, it's just a total of just 1 year. For a year from the day I left, the 1st of March to the 1st of 43 to the 1st of March of 44.
Is that a fact?
They
Isn't
pulled
that
us out.
coincidence? But
Or
after
45 rather.
right. But I'm just so the first part you were training and everything, but
Well,
once you were up there and getting that house, how long until you were out of action? You were in action for some weeks or months, or
well, you'd go, they'd maybe be in for a week or so, and then you'd get relieved by another regiment from maybe another,
I see.
could have been British or Indian or
Oh, I
Polish or something, you never know. Then they'd get out and we'd have to go back in.
I see. So it was pretty organized. All this, yeah. Shifts.
We weren't in there continuously. You had to,
Yeah.
you had to, well, you were losing people and all that, and they had to, one thing or another, and to the whole company, the regiment, I guess.
Yeah, they would have to have shifts because you couldn't stay awake forever there if you're.
Oh no. Well, even moving on, you know, you actually can't. You couldn't keep yourself going for. I guess the command or the generals and all that. They knew that they had to have. give the troops a break to
right,
sort of, and reinforce themselves if they had to, if they had lost them many
Right.
people.
you better have your shave.
Yeah, I should go.
Afraid I'm gonna be